I went and got coffee. This is just an iced vanilla latte. They never have lids, but I originally was going down to get a cinnamon roll there, but they didn't have it. So I don't know if I mentioned, but I was looking to getting like new bed sheets for my bed. I already have the ones that I showed you guys before on there, and I'm still trying to stick with like a more bolder color tone. So this time I decided to go with like a blue and green tone, but I got these in from Amazon, and this is what it looks like. So they are all 100% linen. That duvet set that's in this box right here actually got delivered in a box. I've never had bed sheets get delivered in a box, so I thought that was really cool. But this is the color of like the duvet and the 2 pillowcases, and then these are my 2 spare pillows. That's like the true color to that, and this color right here is like a mixture between the both, and that's like the whole entire bedding sheet set. So I'm actually excited to see what it actually looks like once it's put on. I'm gonna wash everything, and then I will probably put it on tomorrow, and then I'll like record it and show you guys. But I hope it all blends in and looks good. I do invest in my bed sheets. I think it's so important. Like, I put on my old sheets and I did not like the color of it, so this is the current color. My bed is not made right now because I was gonna change my sheets tonight, but I guess I'll do it tomorrow. But I currently have like this color going on with like the pink, red, and like terracotta orange, but I do not want to go back to white. I tried to put like my white sheets back on, and it just looks too, like, I don't know if it's like cheap looking or what it is. I just find it so boring now, so I don't like it. But honestly, like, having colors on your bed really brings out color and just makes it more calming. So we love colors. But yeah, I'm gonna wash all this stuff and then I'll show you guys what it ends up looking like. I am excited to see what it looks like. So yeah, I'll see you guys back tomorrow. I'm literally just gonna head to the gym right now, but I have my birthday flowers. They are so cute. They're a few days old already. I keep like putting them into like different arrangements and stuff, but I think they're so adorable. So I thought I'd share what kind of pillows we have. So these ones are like the duck feather, just duck feather. I prefer to sleep on them. It's best to like fluff them up each time you change the sheets, which I already did. I just throw them into the dryer. And this brand is Charter Club. I bought them at like Macy's. Yeah, Charter Club. And I love these so much. Obviously the duvet insert is the same. It's like all duck feather filled or whatever. And then these pillows right here. So we have different pillows that we like. The ones for his side, he likes like hard pillows to sleep on. So I got these from Amazon. They're the Omi or something. I don't know. I'll have to look them up. I can link them for you guys, but he loves these. They actually come in an encasement, and it's like filled with like some kind of stuff. I'll have to link it below so you guys can check it out if you're interested. But if you want a very firm pillow, these ones are them. They are definitely firm and they don't like go down in like size. But for our decorative pillows, I have these. I believe they are Calvin Klein, yep. And these I got from like Home Goods or Costco a while back. So they're just for our decoration. We don't sleep on these, and these are just like the regular like poly filled or whatever it's called. So they're like the cheaper filled I just know it's never good to sleep on stuff like that. I know many people do, but it's not really good for you. I don't think the stuff that's inside here is really good for you either, but he likes it. I still prefer like my whole entire duck feather filled. But yeah, I'm gonna finish putting all these sheets together. I leave the decorative ones out, and I dried everything besides the duvet cover is still drying. So once that finishes drying, I finally make my bed. Hey you guys, I thought I would do my intro right here while I wait for my bedding to finish drying. So as you can see, I ended up getting new bedding. I was so excited. I was actually going for like this color that's on me, and I actually ended up returning it already. When I unpackaged it all the way, the like fitted mattress sheet was actually ripped, and there's no way I was gonna keep that, obviously, but when I kind of felt the material a little bit more, it was so like see-through and just very thin. I know it's linen, but I didn't feel like it was gonna be durable enough to even like order another size, another one. It just, like, for the amount of money, I'm gonna link them if you guys want to look at them, or if you guys want to make sure you don't buy those kind of sheets. But yeah, the duvet cover itself, I love the color. That's the color that I'm definitely going to be getting again. But that duvet cover was so short, it actually ended like right at the top layer of my mattress, so it didn't even go on the sides. So I was like, no way am I going to keep it. Like, all the bedding that I spent money on was basically $400, and the only thing I did like was the material of the pillowcases, like the 2 pillowcases. So if you're looking for something, I will link those. I actually prefer them way better than my pink ones, just like the material. So I am still on my search to find bedding, and once I do, I'll definitely share my second, set, whatever I get. But I think I'm gonna be sticking to green instead of the blues. I don't think I'm gonna do any of the blues, just stick mainly to greens. But yeah, I know this vlog is a little bit all over the place. I actually made a recipe of my beef turnovers a couple weeks back, but I didn't want to include them in my other vlogs that I did do because it just would make it way too long. So I will be including that on the end of this video for whoever wants the recipe. I'm sharing it because I did share it on like Instagram, Insta stories, and Reels, and also TikTok, and a lot of people reached out to me for the recipe, so I tried to do it as good as I could. Obviously with like salt measurements, I couldn't measure that because I just do everything to taste, so it's super hard. If you guys need a whole entire like recipe with me actually measuring the salt next time I do it, I can measure that out and then like comment down below or whatever. But yeah, anyway, I'm just waiting for my bedding to finish getting done, and I'm gonna put the rest of it, like the duvet insert thing, inside of it. I will be doing a clothing haul in my next video probably. I got this shirt this week and I'm in love with it. It's from Urban Outfitters. It's just like a very oversized like t-shirt dress. And I love it. Actually, I've been eyeing it for the longest time, but I wasn't sure about the design. But honestly, it feels good. I love the color scheme. And yeah, this is the back of it, but I did get like the extra large one. Tonight we're having a lazy crab sushi bake, super simple and easy.
With spicy mayo in the background.
I know, the best. I'm like chewing still. I'm gonna leave the sriracha out. Oh shit, it's fell in the sink. Oh, that smells so good already.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful. Most prettiest gem ever, and it's really good.
So I'm gonna probably do a voiceover over this because you can't hear me with my fan, but while the onions are sauteing, I actually went ahead and I chopped everything else up. So I got 2 garlics over here, and then this would normally be about like a little bit over a pepper, but I ended up using 2 small peppers because this one was going bad and I needed to use it up already, and then the red one was good, but I only used 1 carrot, so just a little bit. And for the onion, I actually go ahead and I'm probably going to use like 1/4 of this. So I had a huge onion and I just diced it up. Okay, sorry, my guy was actually calling me. He went down to get some parsley at the store because I don't have any, and I love to put it in here. But I was saying I actually only use like 1/4 of the onion because my onion was so big that I chopped up, and then the rest of it I'm going to put it into a container and put it into the freezer, so whenever I need to use onion I don't have to smell up the whole entire kitchen and myself. I make sure it gets all goldeny. I'll show you guys what it looks like once it's done. Always make sure I use parsley in here, and then I also use mushrooms, and I use like a big huge container from Trader Joe's, but obviously you don't have to use as much as me. You just don't want to use any more unless you're going to be using more of the, I soaked it in here, so that's why it's wet, but this is the package that I end up using. You don't want to use too much of it unless you have more puff pastry, but this is the puff pastry that I end up using. So there's 2 sheets. I divide it into 8 pieces. I'm going to be using this ground beef.
So after you place the onion in a separate bowl, then go ahead and add in all the vegetables, so like the mushrooms, peppers, and carrots. And then you want to add in some olive oil and a lot of salt. So you want to make sure you taste it as you're cooking it and make sure it's perfectly salty, so don't be scared with the salt. So after that's done sauteing, then I just place it into another bowl and get started on my meat. I let the pan cool just a little bit before I add in the meat and the olive oil, and then I add in a lot of salt, black pepper, oregano, paprika, and thyme, and I just mix it all together to combine and break it up as I'm cooking it, and it just gives it the best flavor ever. My mom actually used to make a similar recipe to this when I was growing up, but as I grown up and have my own taste and everything, I actually recreated this in a way better version, and it's honestly the best. And once the meat is fully cooked, you want to go ahead and add in the onion and the garlic at this time, and then just mix it to combine. So at this time, you want to add in your mushrooms, peppers, and carrot mixture, and then also chop up your parsley and add it in as well. Don't miss out on any of these ingredients because it does mess with the taste. You can go ahead and remove it from the heat and let it cool off for a little bit. While I was cooking the meat mixture, I did have my puff pastry on the counter, so it's thawed out. I actually cut everything into 8 squares total and put it onto a lined parchment baking sheet. So you're going to want to divide your meat mixture equally on all 8 squares. Don't try and eat all of it. I know it's so good at this point, but wait until it's fully cooked to have it like in the puff pastry itself. But yeah, I just go ahead and put everything in there and try to keep off the edges. If something falls, just pick it up and try to keep the edges all clean because it's going to help when you're going to close them. These look so pretty already. I ended up using just the right amount of meat mixture. It all fit perfectly on my 8 squares of puff pastry. So to close them up, I just take 2 of the edges and I press it together at the very top in the middle. That way it kind of helps me create the way, and then I just start pinching from the bottom up and I redo it on all 4 sides. If it opens up as you're doing it, just repinch.
These are honestly so good, and you can be having them for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Here we're making them for dinner. They are my twist on a empanada, kind of like my own version on them, but these are so, so good. Literally the best thing you're probably gonna try. The last thing you want to do is crack an egg into a bowl and mix it all together, and then just brush it on top of each of the pastries. This is going to give it that golden hue. At this time, you want to make sure that you turn on your oven to 350 so that way it's preheating by the time you're done. And I didn't time how long these baked. I believe they were around 30 minutes or so, but I just look until they are that perfectly golden color. And if you have any leftovers, you can definitely just put them into a container and put it into your fridge. They last really good. We usually eat them by the second day, but second, third day is fine too.